Trailers play a pivotal role in modern day media. From movies to video games, a good trailer can be the difference between a smashing success and a diamond in the rough. There have been plenty of games that turned out to be great, but you find yourself pulling them out of the used section at GameStop because you never knew how good they were. In contrast, there are games you prepare for, pre-order them, got them brand new because of a great trailer that got you hyped up only for the game to turn out to be a complete pile of garbage. This is your boy Jay Ronin, and this is 5 video games with great trailers that turned out to be trash. Man, honestly, I was never a big fan of Tekken, but Street Fighter had been my shit for the longest time, and when I saw this I was like, hey, this is kind of like a good idea, you know, finally we get to see the Street Fighter people square off against other fighting games that have not been the same, like Marvel vs. Capcom. But man, this trailer, dude, like the music was great, the action was kind of great, it kind of showed off the tech system a little bit. But the problem was that it teased a couple of things that we never really got to see, like for example, you know, the fight with Evil Ryu, and you can kind of see a little bit of the transformation in the trailer, but then the character itself never came out to be like, look at this shit, what is this? What is this? It's right there, I can see it.
Naughty, naughty, you teasing me, you naughty, naughty.
To be fair, it looked like they just wanted to make this game, didn't bother about, you know, making a believable story. The arcade mode was really lame. The story behind this Pandora's box gem that gives you more power was pretty lame. There was like literally no support after that, but I mean, I guess there were a ton of customs because that's what Capcom kind of does. Evil Jin was never in the game either, it was just teased in one of the trailers. And this game actually had quite a couple of badass trailers. This was just like the first one was like the holy shit factor, but then you had continuations of the story. So the story in itself, how it developed in the trailers, was way more interesting than how it developed in the game, because in the game they were just looking at this damn stone, and the gaming part of it was also pretty lame. I was wondering how they were gonna mix the whole smashing button Tekken thing with the gameplay from Street Fighters with the quarter circles and stuff like that, and it didn't translate well at all. So I was really happy for this game. I picked it up, my little brother grabbed the game, started smashing square and beat me one time, and I was like, what the hell, this is kind of like the Smash Brothers level of tissue. Yo, we waited 11 years for this game. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was released in 2000. Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was released in 2011. So when we saw this trailer, I was thinking, oh my god, is that a new Street Fighter video game? Is that Gouken? That must be Gouken. That looks like Gouken. That's Gouken's big ass arm. And then nothing. Turned out that there was no Gouken. This was just Marvel vs. Capcom 3, which everybody obviously lost their collective minds when we saw Wolverine just kind of like show his huge ass claws. But problem with this, we know where this went. I mean, it's still kind of mainstream, it's still out there, there's still part of the tournaments, I guess, but then, you know, it turned, this game could have been so much better. A lot of people are still going back to Marvel vs. Capcom 2 because this just didn't live up to the expectations. Dante versus Deadpool, guns and swords is going crazy. In the trailer was obviously one of the things that elevated the hype factor of this game. Dormammu as the villain, you know, a lot of us didn't even know who the hell Dormammu was. We just thought it was Ghost Rider falling off the sky, I guess. But the game overall, I mean, online, it sucks, it's glitchy. The DLC was okay because it's Capcom as well. I mean, you know, obviously they gotta have a ton of customs rather than actually fixing the game. But the auto combos, don't even get me started with Dark Phoenix. You know, it's one of those things that it could have been so much better than it actually was. And that's the reason why a lot of people keep going back to just playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2, because you know, this game just didn't live up to the expectations overall, but the trailer was really dope. Boy, this game, man, when I saw this trailer, I lost my shit. This is God of War Ascension. It actually came out in 2013, after 3 years after God of War 3. So in God of War 3, obviously that's when Kratos like kills everybody. So seeing this trailer, thinking, oh my god, there's a new God of War game coming out. What the hell is this going to be about? Because up until now, all we got was God of War Ghost of Sparta in 2010 as well for the PSP, and then the God of War Origins collection, and then the God of War Saga in 2012, and then in 2013 they announced this thing, and we're like, holy hell, looks awesome as hell, but what are they gonna do? So it turns out that this is gonna be a prequel. As you can see, Kratos does not have like the white skin, you know, he's not yet the Ghost of Sparta, and the soundtrack, this song, it's called Hanging On, the Living Phantoms remix by Ellie Goulding. This thing gave me shivers. It sent shivers down my spine, and then when the little girl turns to ashes, and then the ashes become his white skin, and that's why he's called the Ghost. Dude, this trailer deserves like an Emmy or an Oscar or whatever the hell, but something. It deserves some type of recognition, because this trailer was way better than the game. I was expecting to go through like the story of Kratos as a mortal human killing everything and turning into the Ghost of Sparta, and it was just a repetitive thing. It was sucky. The trailer was leaps and bounds way better than the game. Man, honestly, this trailer is way better than the last Justice League movie. This is so good. When I first saw this, I remember losing my shit. Look at Wonder Woman beating ass. Next thing you know, you see Green Lantern. Like, all the heavy hitters are here, you know, Batman, and then you see Green Lantern fighting Shazam. I mean, Black Adam. I guess Shazam, whatever. Black Adam. You see, look at Cyborg, dude. Cyborg looks like damn War Machine. Look at Batman. He looks evil as hell, about to rain some missiles on Lex Luthor and whatnot. This game, this trailer looked that it belonged for a good ass game, and I wasn't even aware. We weren't even thinking what type of game this was gonna be. We were just appalled by the trailer, by how good it looked. And mind you, this is kind of an old game, but the problem with the game itself is that there was something weird about creating your own character. Like, dude, I want to be, you know, fucking Batman and beat people up and whatnot, but it being an online type of thing, you saw like multiple characters at the same time, or different versions of it. It was weird. There was a thing about creating your own character that got superpowers because of some mysterious thing. Like the actual story was very weird and convoluted. But I mean, I get it, because like in the trailer you don't really see any type of gameplay. You just see, you know, characters fighting with each other. But that's the thing. Like, it gives you that hype as to what type of game is it going to be that's going to make Black Adam commit suicide right now. Like, bro, I want to see that. Like, what just happened? Like, look at this, that's a nuke. He just nuked himself. And then we get like, it's some of like the big things from the trailer. We see this poor fool commit the most messed up decision of his life. Like, who the hell does this? Tries to actively call upon this guy.
You done fucked up now!
But yeah, man, I was pretty excited to see what they're gonna do with like a really pissed off Superman. You know, if you've seen some of the comics, or if you've seen some of the animated movies, you see how like stupidly overpowered Superman is. But he usually kind of holds back against enemies. And like, what the hell is up with this? Wasn't Black Adam dead already? Like, he's supposed to go back to being 5,000 years old or something, because he like said Shazam or something. But anyhow, look at this. Like, this trailer was so great. We didn't know what to expect, and then we just got this, you know, World of Warcraft type of thing with just DC slapped on it and a shitty story. So, good trailer, sucky ass game. So what actually started this hype was a different trailer for a different game that came out in with the trailer. The game never came out. The trailer came out in 2014, and it was for PT slash Silent Hills. There was supposed to be a Silent Hill movie made by Hideo Kojima after he parted ways with Konami after fighting over Metal Gear creative differences. And also, it's a Silent Hills. It was supposed to be a Silent Hill game, and it had the input from Guillermo del Toro, who is one of my favorite horror fantasy directors. That never came to be, and instead of that, Hideo Kojima decided to just fuck off everybody and create his own production, Kojima Productions. And then, after some time, they greeted us with this trailer. Now, the PT teaser was actually way better than this, but this was way trippier. Like, what the hell is this? We still have Norman Reedus, who at that point was, you know, the whole hype of The Walking Dead, all these people saying if they kill Dara, we riot, whatever the hell you want. But look at this. It's Norman Reedus carrying a baby. There's a bunch of USB drives. What the hell is in those USB drives around his neck? And then look at this trippiness. It was way trippier than the Silent Hills trailer, because at least in Silent Hills you knew what to expect. There was some aspects of it. There was gore. There was a baby's head that fell off with centipedes coming out of it. In this case, what the hell does it even mean? What is this black goo? What are these handprints on them? We were really expecting something to be very trippy and very gory, the same way that the Silent Hills trailer was, and if not more, because this has a lot of like what the hell factor in it. But once the game came out, and the game didn't come out, and I might get hate for this, but this just turned out to be, you know, walking simulator. I was expecting, you know, I don't know, fiends, demons, something weird and trippy, things that I could not even understand, because there's apparently 5 people just flying on the ocean when all the ocean life is in the beach. But instead of that, I get this glorified FedEx, you know, video game, UPS simulator where I gotta bring packages up and down, and it was too good. Not to mention that, you know, it was such a waste of talent. They had Guillermo del Toro in another trailer. They had the bad guy from Casino Royale, Matt Nicholson. I butchered his name. But the trailers were so great, and then at the end, the game had none of that. It was just walking. So this was one of the biggest letdowns in recent history, man. Kojima has done so much great, and we thought that he could do no wrong, but honestly, I think this was wrong. Alright, that does it for today's video. This is my top 5 video games with good trailers that were terrible games. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and let me know what your top 5 video games with good trailers but the games turned out to be bad is, and see you next time.